Hi students, today I'd like to talk about how to install the Visual Studio Code for MinGW. So at first you have to check that your MinGW is properly installed, so they can be performed G++ minus version, and then it will show you the version, or you can also check G++ minus half. So it will show you very much lots of options to you. So you can check that it is already installed. So in that case, you just double click the Visual Studio Code. I already downloaded here in the background. So you just agree. Next. I have to talk about that. Where can I download the Visual Studio Code? So it can be just googled download Visual Studio Code. The first one, just click Windows or anything will be do. So in my case, I just downloaded it and execute it. Next, and path. Next, install. It is so simple. But remember that you have to install other things. So just execute Visual Studio Code in other windows. So I just drag it here. So in this Explorer, I'd like to check that it is already installed. If it is not, you just searching for C++ and install the first one. Okay, C++ IntelliSense debugging. So in my case, I just installed here. So in the packages sub window, just install that, and after that you have to open folder. So let me just make another folder, VSCode 1 as a subfolder. So select this, and then it is switched to here, the File Explorer. In that case, just make a new file. So hello vs.cpp is a good name, and you have to enter something, IO stream, and you may use int main and std cout, right, to hello Visual Studio Code, std dot. So you can just take a look that all these context sensitive suggestions are enabled owing to the help of IntelliSense. So you may just click underline here. So how can you install, how can you compile this? It is somewhat tricky. So you have to create, you have to think about two things. One is a tasks.json, which is a build instruction, and the other one is a launch.json, which is for debugging. You should check the terminal, configure default build task. So you can find several build tasks here. So just select G++ exe build task here. So it will show you something like similar to this one. So important thing is that you have to check the command, which is for the compilation, and then just check isDefault is true. which is the default build. So the command should be same to the location of G++. So you can just check where G++. So in my case, D in D drive, MinGW bin G++.exe, so it corresponds to here. So it is okay. So in this window, just click terminal run build test. So there's no syntax error. So when if it has a syntax error such as that integer x equals 0, then maybe a syntax error. So let me just check this. Run build task. So this is an error. So it is saying that it is an error. So in the position of error, you can just control click, and then it jumps to that location. So you just delete this, correct this one, and save this, and then you can build it again. Build the task. So it is successfully built. So once it is built, you have to make another terminal window. So just click plus. So in the current VSCode.1, you just execute hello VS, since it is created correctly here. Hello VSCode. So this is very simple one. So for the debugging, I'll show you in the next video. Okay. So thank you for listening.